Based on their set yesterday, will the Kings remain undefeated? Will the Leviathans grab a Game 1 win? We'll go to Hindu Man and Mifflin to find out.
We really will. Don't forget Dog as well. He'll be on the spectator through this game. Mifflin, two top teams. Obviously, Kings undefeated so far, but yesterday we did see Leviathans take down the Bolts, who are also undefeated. Can we see them do it here again?
Season ruiners, I suppose, for the Leviathans, if they are capable of doing so. And I think they've got a composition that is very capable of things with a Trident. Did like 10 to 15% of Yarkor's HP. Kraken connects with Osiris, maybe you're getting a little bit more there.
But now Rongyu has used that Relic and his ultimate too. Look at King stepping on the gas
pull.
again. Looking at Rongyu, trying to keep him trapped inside that pool.
Yikes.
He will have ducked away as Variety looks for the big rally here. Should be able to dive and find the kill, or rather Twig will, and secure it with the pin. But now Panitam and Shinto giving chase. Variety on the front line takes a ton of damage, but he's still live enough. With no rotation coming out from Yarkor, First Blood available, as is the Gold Fury now, but Leviathans have good ward coverage across the map. But once again, they're dancing at the Greater Scorpion, and it's Shinto who's got to try and jump away. Still being chased by Twig and Variety. Ultimate available for Rongyu on the backside, though. Panitum gets to grips with Big Bad Tings and gets back up from Yarkor too, slipping in and out of that amazing Yamoja ultimate, but it's still not going to be enough to stop Yarkor from chasing. Fire Giant comes into play as Paddy blinks in and gets the kill. Yarkor gets credit. Now, though, Netroid on this rotation, looking for Panitum. Great route from Rongyu to slow it down, and blinking in again goes Yarkor, just to apply the tether and reduce the damage more than anything else. Shinto still staying in this fight as Twig is surrounded by 4 members now. Gets abducted in, and Shinto credited with a kill. Meanwhile, Yarkor zones away 3 members of the Kings.
The Leviathans just divide and conquer the Camelot Kings. Captain Twig left alone on an island is an easy turnaround for the Leviathans, who might be able to find some more. Rongyu surging forward.
Don't know why we're still fighting. Now Variety's in a bit of hurt. Here's his ported by the Abduct too.
Good Riptide.
Good bit of Riptide there as well from Genex to try and give him some feel, but Variety should still fall down, and does. Credit to Zapman. Pyromancer could be on the cards.
The Leviathans still 5 strong, maintaining the Scarab's blessing. If the Camelot Kings want to put up a defense, they're going to have to work through the Kings. They've started the burn.
York knows what's going on, so does Rongyu, but the rest of the team a little bit late to the party from Leviathans as the Kraken does not secure it. Leviathans get hold of that, and now the fight is underway with the Kraken down. Genex trapped in an awkward spot, and Shinto gets his first kill of the game. Cancel that is his second, but still the chase is now on. Leviathans feeling pretty confident with that man advantage, knowing Genetics isn't here to keep on marching in, but under a tier 2 tower, I don't think so. Instead, they're going to reset. They found the win with the Pyro. They find secure-ish. I'm checking the top left now to see if it was the Kraken. It just says FG. Pyromancer, though, now started up. Still Kings getting aggressive. It was an Erlang Shem basic attack, actually. Yarkor dives into the backline, tether on multiple targets.
Dangerous.
But he's too deep for his team to follow up. The Pyro was at least reset, though, and Zapman's trying to pick up the tail end. But the FG is around the waist of the Kings, and they feel the power, they feel the regeneration, and they feel the death of Rongyu is imminent.
Rongyu will extend his life, but only by the merest of moments with Scarab's blessing. The big man Ting, or big man Ping, picks up the kill. Now it's all about the disengage for the Levi's. Captain Twig won't make it easy.
Zapman didn't have any beads or relics there, but did manage to just skirt away at the tail end of that whirlpool.
I would like to see the Leviathans either A, step up to the Fire Giant and take a team fight, or B, make it back to base alive.
Zap's going to get... Oh, no, he didn't! The auto did not go through, but poor old Rongyu's in a world of hurt. He will be a casualty here.
That's fire.
There's not much else that can come from that just yet. Is it fire, though? 50 seconds on fire, 50 seconds on Rongyu.
10 seconds to walk, and already seeing how quickly the Camelot Kings
have to surrender the FG. The snipe attempt from Zapman was why they patiently waited there, but it nearly cost them more than they should have. Shinto now leaps away, but Netroid jumping in with his ult to get in range. Great Aegis to avoid the Kraken, and the rest comes through from Rongyu to keep Shinto alive. Meanwhile, Panitam gets focused down by Tings in mid lane, and the 4 members of Leviathans now scattering like ants trying to survive back to the safety of the Phoenix.
Twig survives with a turtle form transformation. That dot would have finished him off, but good wherewithal of the jungler from the Kings to keep his life afloat. Now the Kings.
At some point soon, right? But I'm not saying they haven't committed, because they have. They've just not found the rewards they've been looking for.
Just missed opportunities around some of these team fights. The Camelot Kings too present as Zapman steps forward. Can Twig get him? Yes!
No beads was available for Zapman there, even to get away. And now the continuation from Variety on towards Shinto exposes the Phoenix even more and allows Netroid and Big Man Tinks to bring it down. Kings now turn around, fall back. Oni Fury available on their exit strategy on the FG or even the fight instead. Variety in the front line going to take a bit of damage from both Zatman and Shinto. Snipes early on. They're looking at Big Man Ting's pretty heavy here. Has to defend himself with a Kraken to peel himself away. And still Yoko going in.
Healing.
But look at the support he's getting from the rest of his team. Great revive from Rongyu though. Panitom's out of the fight, has to base. Meanwhile now Zatman too far forward. Gets hit by the ultimate from Twig and Variety. And Twig takes out Zatman. Now Rongyu dies. And it's starting to fall apart from the Leviathans. The Kings are looking to close out game one after bringing down Shinto for his first death this game.
It might not have been pretty for the Leviathans in that last team fight, but once you've already shown up around the Fire Giant and given up your left side Phoenix, you have to dive. You have to force the engagement. And the Camelot Kings, they know that too, so what do? They run away. They turn on their heel and just immediately disengage. Bait the Leviathans out. Left side Phoenix goes down regardless. And the Leviathans in an extended chase leave themselves open to the counterpunch. Phenomenal play from the Camelot Kings.
This might be okay. Oh yeah, right. Because he's got more buttons, Joe. He just has more buttons. Game number 2 between the Camelot Kings and the Leviathans.
Thanks so much, boys in the desk. I'm wondering if this all isn't dual lane just for extra pressure here, you know, Myth. Because I do feel like Olaron versus the matchup in mid lane of Nuwa is pretty easy from there, but it's not
over their opposition. I don't know why I'm guessing. I could look at the net worth chart. That's really just wards.
Yeah.
Wards and potentially
what
relics.
Is this play?
Well, he's
Where's
probably just dead.
Going to go? He's trying to die to the tower before dying,
Oh,
but it's going to be
cool.
Geb. Should have given it Geb. Didn't. Shinto stole the kill. Great first blood to the side of Leviathans because Ymir was there.
That's right. That's exactly right.
In the jungle for no reason and gave him a kill. So now Shinto, a bit more gold in the coffers for him and see what he can do with that. Right hand side though, gank attempt onto Variety, who times his ultimate well, gets taunted back in by Panitom though, followed by the Cactus. Follow up, CC chain just too good, and can Twig turn it around? But the Tether's in play, will stun all three. Ymir turns up and throws the freeze out, the Glacial Strike, and he goes, boom! He won't find Panitom though, and Twig will escape. The wall slows him for a second and the minion helped out, but Twig finds the damage at the tail end. 2 for 2, and Captain Twig off to the races.
Just significant grouping from the Leviathans to shut down Variety, gives you the 3-man Lord of the Afterlife, great rotation. I suppose the kill on Genetics, but that's kind of Genetics doing
Panitom, they're both under pressure, but it's Panitom under the worst one with the Tether on. The stun could cause a problem. Great knock up from Rongyu for some peel. Good turn in, Shinto with a follow-up, and here comes Yoko. Chuck in action, but what can he do? Looks towards Twig with the knock up and down. Disarm from Variety slows down the damage. Twig still alive. Chase on for Shinto. Beads down. The bludgeon too good from Variety. And now Rongyu wrapped on.
Yeah, Rongyu is just going to try and work his way out, but won't get very far. The stun would have secured the kill if needed, but the slow is good enough on their own. The Camelot Kings, yet again, take a fight on the right-hand side of the map, have that global presence.
There's been a lot of pressure on Panitom this game. You can see the way Kings are grouping, hanging out in the corners, looking to pick him as he's trying to clear out his jungle, and he's putting pressure on Shinto, who's trying to assist, and struggling. Variety, though, in a 2v1. Twig, Tings, and Genetics on the way. The up-down from Variety looks towards Yarkor, who still has his ultimate available. Panitom gets away from the Tether as Geb turns up on the scene.
CC.
Knock up on 2, Cataclysm forces the beads out of Tings and the shell, and immediately Kings turn tail, but watch out because they may re-engage like they have been doing, waiting for cooldowns. Looks like Leviathans won't let them do that though as they dive in, blinking in with Yarkor down the front side. Find one. Shinto low on mana. Rongyu tanking up the tower, looking for more. Yarkor's there. Can they find a kill?
Here comes Netroid in the back line as well. Rongyu dropped to 50% before the fight even starts. Netroid lines up against Panny, but Captain Twig's so low. Variety already makes his way back. That should spell the end of this trade. After you see that teleport from the Leviathans, or from the Kings rather, Leviathans will make the decision to go ahead and disengage. Not much
with a flamethrower or something.
Yeah, something like that. I mean, what has it got now? Like 2 grunts, 2 brutes that walk around with it? Those aren't defending it.
They are.
They try.
They do their very best. Netroid forced to beads, won't escape the danger here. The slow was just too much coming out from that ultimate from Zatman at the tail end. Great rotation from Panitom there. Leviathan starting to battle back into this game now.
And this is how you leverage that, but he's not exactly finishing him off on his own. Variety can build some space, but We haven't really seen Nuwa get active.
Shinto in mid lane on his own, now surrounded by 4. Genetics is there with a good wall to follow up as Twig still chasing in under the tower. Shinto still alive thanks to the shields from Wrong Yu, but Big Man Tings with that amazing skill shot ultimate does pick up the kill, and now Zapman's on the warpath looking for Twig. Netroid very low, Wrong Yu just keeping pace, waiting for the team. Good wall from Genetics for separation. Whoa. Even better 3-man freeze from Genetics, and now Variety comes into this fray to bludgeon down the front line and push back Leviathans. Tinks turns around, Netroid starting to heal up. Wrong Yu now looked at, whittling down his health, but Yarko blinks in towards Netroid, who gets hit by the pin from Panitom, but it's not enough for a kill, and the turtle form has to help him out. A wall again will not be enough as a shield comes through from Wrong Yu, and still Variety trying to fight, but has to fall back too. A crazy engagement where only a jungler and a mid laner have died.
Man, Genetics comes up massive for his team there. I know the fight doesn't turn around how the Kings damage.
Genetics wants to give chase with the Kings, finds the freeze on Yarko, has to ultimate to immune some of the damage and give him some protections, and Wrong Yu's there with a shield backup. But look at Variety zoning away Shinto now, who got left on an island on that left-hand side. Wrong Yu was trying to help out Yarko and left Shinto a bit more exposed, who went for that red buff. Now he's trapped in a world of hurt, but gets good support from Zapman. It's not enough just yet, but what can Zapman do in terms of damage? It's starting to whittle down the frontline tanks, but Zap now getting focused by Netroid, Big Man Tings, and Genetics. And now Netroid on a double kill, looks towards Wrong Yu, stuck in place in the rollout. Panitom looking for an exit, as is Yarko. A great fight from Kings after Leviathans went for that tier 2.
Yeah, Wrong Yu gonna fall down here as well, but keep your eyes on the last remaining Levi's.
I'd do it, yeah.
2 of them going for the Phoenix. This is dangerous. If they don't spot out Leviathans, Yarko making the rotation in, as is Panitom, down to a quarter, and not the greatest confirmation for either team.
Panitom's kind of got the angle here as Yarko's forcing the focus. Netroid now diving on Yarko. The reset has happened. Yarko had his ultimate available, but now surrounded by 4 members, thanks to the teleporting from Variety too. And now Yarko will fall down. Panitom still alive. Shinto back on the map. Wrong Yu back on the map, as is Zapman. FG defended, but at the cost of Yarko's life.
That might be one of the best.
Not going down relatively quick here. Both of them just kind of eyeing each other up. Now at half health. Panitom left, Wrong Yu right, Shinto and Zapman up the middle. Still slowly catchy monkey. Ultimate used there by Zapman.
Reset?
To try and slow down. A reset from Kings. Variety getting very low. Has his ultimate available. Doesn't even use it. Shell used by Wrong Yu. Into the sky goes Nuwa. But look at the health bars of the Kings. And as you said it, Yark the Shark is back in action.
Leviathans take away the Fire Giant and had not reset back to full HP, and Yarkor takes down Netroid in the backline, and the Camelot Kings scattered to the winds.
And now Genetics left alone, and so is the carries as Panitom ends up finding help with Yarkor and Tings. Variety falls soon after, and you know what? We called it with the Yarkor teleport back in. It came into play. A deicide now for the Leviathans, an FG buff around all their waists, and
Phoenix
a game
exposed.
3 is on the cards.
Yeah, Leviathans with one phenomenal defense around the Fire Giant take it for themselves. The Camelot Kings, too trepidatious in their approach to securing the largest neutral objective, only give over the opportunity to the Leviathans not only to defend, but take it for themselves. And it was an easy steal. Shinto walked up out of it once, hit it with Hail of Arrows bladed, and that was all it took. I think the Kings in that spot, you just have to.
My brain synergize a bit better with Daji. I don't know, some subconscious thing I've got going on there. Game number 3 between the Camelot Kings and the Atlantis Leviathans. Let's find us a winner.
Yeah, let's do find us a winner and maybe find out if Leviathans can defeat the Kings for the first time this phase, or will the Kings stay undefeated. I will say what Dave was saying there though, Myth, is pretty accurate if I'm honest. If I saw a Dargy between a Panitom and a Twig, I'd definitely go with going Panitom over Twig. We'll definitely make sure he can take that minion in the jungle towards the Trebuchet. Blue buff done. Axe out from Wrong Yu. Does connect onto Twig there. Immediately transforms Wrong Yu, but the follow-up, where's it going to be? Variety or Genetics could be the focus. Is Genetics all in? Shinto dashed in there.
He's
Big
in trouble.
Man Ting saw it, as did Variety. Now Shinto pinned into a wall. They all turn on Shinto and ignore the tanks, and his late rotation ends up being punished.
Double pin from Captain Twig. Fight's not over just yet. Double slow from Genetics, and the damage is good.
Yeah, the RTO cripple alongside the pins really causing problems. Wrong Yu trying to get some real damage off. Twig still alive. Good pull from Panitom, but it's not going to be enough for a kill whatsoever. That rotation in. 2 kills to the Kings and the jungle stripped.
Tough wall there from Genetics that he got it
You
behind.
win the game by killing the Titan, not getting kills, so just keep whittling them down and taking that if you can. But have they bit off more than they can chew? Netroid getting very low, has no charge away. Pops the ultimate, expecting to die. Will at least return some fire. Yarko chasing, though, looking at Tings. Tings has beads, and will use them.
will. Had he not, he just loses his life there. At least able to drop some damage into Yarkor first. And looking at the pacing of the neutral deck, about it. Both teams have got great ways to deal with mispositioning. Variety catches out too, and a nice wall.
Zatman's trapped in place to freeze immune though, the tail end there with the beads from Zatman. Into the sky goes Paddington though with the Paolo, bringing Twig back into a dangerous spot, and Twig getting very low. Yarkor credit with a kill. Now Genetics put back into danger. Meanwhile, Zatman is taking on Variety 1v1 to shut down that RTO. Genetics will be chased by Shinto, not Rongyu, who's left him to his own devices. This split move everywhere fight from the Kings isn't necessarily the worst, because it might just limit their casualties. The problem is the Fire Giant could be the biggest casualty of them all.
And it's going to go down for free. Nobody from the Camelot Kings anywhere in range to defend. Best case scenario here for Netroid is potentially take out this tier 2 tower on left. Won't even stick around for that. Perhaps worried about a rotation. So the Camelot Kings are concerned, but it still is a Guardian solo with only one dedicated damage item. So the front line of the Camelot Kings, they're not thinking about that.
This game's coming back to that whole fight around the Fire Giant just beforehand as the engagement on left begins. Early ultimate from Netroid, who got hurt badly in this engagement, and he's on the barest amount of health. Paddington just needs one hit, and it'll be the lurking in the waters from Yarkor that gets it. On the backside, Twig did at least get to Shinto, but goes down to Rongyu in trade. Genetics trying to keep Paddington busy as Paddington goes in on Big Man Tings. The Phoenix has no minions on it. The health bars of the Kings is crumbling one by one. Good for Genetics there, but the follow-up CC is causing problems. Minion wave now coming in. They will get the left-hand Phoenix in a 4-for-2 trade.
Yeah, don't think Yarkor needs to die there. Just takes one too many Phoenix shots. Thought maybe he got saved by Zapman. The Levi's certainly aren't going for this, right? This is going to be a difficult siege on the Titan.
No circle of protection available, but the amount of tankiness they've got, and a minion wave, what can Variety do to stop this? And losing the game in less than 30 minutes here. The players in the booth very focused on what's going on. It's Variety
they
versus
might have
the
it.
world. It's not going to happen. It's very close, but it will fall down here. It's going to be the end of the game. And yes, the Leviathans will somehow defeat the Kings right at the end of this one in a 2-for-1 match, making sure no team in Phase 2 is undefeated.
Man, these top tier teams, right? It's just these